Hello guys, welcome to Captain Dorja's Armory. This is Captain Dorja. We're going to be taking a look at a battle I played today in the I almost said the Waffenträger, in the Jagdpanzer E-100. This thing is just a beast. I don't drive it that much because unsupported I feel like it's really vulnerable, and a lot of the guys I platoon with don't have any tier 10s, so I don't actually play this tank destroyer that much. You can see here that this match, there's a lot of tier 10s in it. We got 10 tier 10s per side. Both teams have 6 tank destroyers, and our team has a pair of heavies and a pair of mediums. The enemy team has a single heavy and 3 mediums, as well as 2 very dangerous tier 9 tank destroyers, a dangerous tier 9 heavy, and a Panther 2, as well as an RD. Fairly even matchmaking. XVM was giving us a 44% chance to win, but overall this is actually a pretty even matchup, so I wasn't, despairing or anything like that. I didn't see XVM and cry like I do sometimes. But anyway, we're moving into, we want to get into the big battle here. We want to be in the heavy fighting with the Jag E-100, but we also definitely want to shoot at vulnerable Batshats. So I thought it was worth the risk of stopping in the open to hit that Batshat, and I definitely agree with that assessment. Now as I approach here, I'm trying to angle my hull against these enemies, and what I really want to be doing is I want to be getting in to where I'm reasonably already safe, and where I can poke my gun over this hill with my lower plate hidden. Right there you can see we're just barely able to hit the Waffenträger E-100, doing 940 damage to him. Now I'm backing up here to be already safe, but also because I can see the WZ-11114, and I don't want to be taking flanking fire from him. He's got a very powerful gun, and I don't feel like taking flank shots from him. So I'm reasonably confident that no one's going to rush me. So I'm scoping this WZ-111. And we fire, but the shell goes high, hits him in the turret. Angle, bounce his shell. The enemy T-110E4 is moving in. That T-110E4 is going man mode like there's nobody's business. Long reload on this gun. So right there I notice the enemy E4 or E5 is zerging me. He shoots me once and then rams me. And when he rammed me, it did quite a bit of damage to him. He shoots me in the back, and I reverse ram kill him. So, just, take that as a lesson. Jag E-100 is so heavy that it can actually reverse ram people. Now, I've spotted the E50M behind us. I don't want to be taking hits in the rear, and that E50M doesn't really have a lot to keep him from pushing, so I decided to give him a little reason to stay back. The E50M bounces my shell with his thick armor at the angle that I fired at. I hit his upper plate, which is very thick, so, it bounced. E50M's got great armor. Now, at this point I realize I've actually got quite a lot of opportunity on this side of the map to pretty safely shoot up a lot of enemy tier 10s. So, I'm going to see what I can do. Now, I've spotted this Waffenträger Panzer IV. Those tank destroyers are so dangerous that I considered it worth taking the risk to shoot him. And as you can see, we lit him on fire, and in a single hit we did over 1100 damage to him and secured the kill. So that's a very dangerous tank out of the way. I'm very happy with that result. This E50M is still hanging around back here, and I do not approve of that. So I'm trying to give this guy some incentive to go away. I'm reasonably safe from artillery in this position, probably, and I do want to be shooting these tier 10s. So we put a big hit into the side of the Object 268, shave his health. Actually, we did almost exactly 50% damage to him. And I know he's detracked right now, and if he's dumb enough to be sitting in the open like that at all, there's a good chance he's still sitting there, so I'm going to blind fire at him. And I don't know if the shell disappeared because of draw distance or if it actually hit the guy, but I don't care. Alright, I'm done on that corner. What I need to be doing is I need to be breaking through in the north. Our entire team is sitting around here in the north, and we're not actually doing anything. And if we don't get off our butts, basically, and push, we're going to lose this battle. So it's time for the Jagdpanzer E-100 to get up and fight. Now, very, very politely, the enemy Leopard 1 comes out and just dies. So that was nice. I was actually pretty worried about having to dig that guy out. And you can see the T-110 E5 that's ahead of me. He's made the Foch 155 pull back. So that was very kind to him. Fire at the Foch. Miss. It was sort of a clutch shot, and I wasn't fine aiming. So we actually missed the Foch right there. But our E5 takes the Foch down, so that's good. The scores are tied. You can see our artillery on the map is retreating, which is probably good. I'm trying to encourage my teammates to just push. Yeah. What was happening at this point in the battle is basically the two sides were rotating around each other. The enemy had a little bit of people camping here, but they had a bunch that we thought were up chasing around toward the cap. So we were all rushing in to attack them. And, but we can't just go pell-mell straight into them because they still have a lot of very dangerous vehicles, like those 4 tank destroyers, the E-50M, who's also still alive. And even the Panther II can be a real nuisance, so we want to be careful. And that 268 sees that I'm about to blast him in the face, and he thinks better of it and pulls back. Now right here, this is potentially a bad situation. So what I'm trying to do is, I'm trying to be an available target for these guys to shoot at, so that they'll focus on me and tunnel vision, while the friendly Jagdpanzer E-100 and T-110 E5 push in and flank them. That's my intention. So I'm trying to occupy these guys fully, while my team comes in behind and kills them. And you can see the 183 and the Panther II tunnel visioned on me, the 268's looking at me, but my team's not attacking. So I take the opportunity that I get to shoot the 183, and we lower him down by more than 50% of his health. I'm still trying to encourage my teammates to attack and take these guys from behind, because I have the entire attention of both of those tank destroyers, but my teammates are just not having it. All three of them now they're just not going to do it. So I don't want to pull up too far, because the 183 can pretty easily one-hit me. The 268 would need a really good roll or a fire or an ammo rack, but I am in a German tank, so fires are pretty friggin' common. Now at this point, I decide I just need to man mode it. I know the 183's got a really bad aiming time, and the Jagdpanzer E-100 actually aims pretty fast, so I decided to just man mode that 183, and I go for it, and I'm rewarded with the kill. So now victory's almost certainly ours. The enemy just has the Waffenträger Panzer IV, the E-50M, and the Jagdpanzer E-100. And I'm really feeling pretty confident about our ability to clean up. So I look for a shot on the Jagdpanzer E-100, but he's got too many buildings between him, so I'm unable to get him. But what that means is that he's going to be capping, so I'm just going to go down to the cap circle and kill him. Again, I'm looking for an opportunity to fire, but I don't really have any opportunities. I fire a blind shot just in case. I thought there was maybe a 1 in 5 chance of that shot going in, but I didn't really expect it to do anything. So we're just going to move in and take this guy by the face. Anyway, I'm fairly confident that he's not going to kill me. He's got 300 health, I have 1280. Even with the amazing alpha damage of a Jagdpanzer E-100, it's pretty unlikely that you're going to roll for 1280. I don't think it's actually even possible. I think you can roll for, off the top of my head, like 1260. But again, ammo racks and fires, they do happen. So my plan right here is I'm just going to drive straight into the town, straight into the capture circle, and I'm going to proxy spot this guy, and then I'm just going to knock over whatever buildings he's hiding behind and shoot him. So we're in the cap circle, and we proxied him. We're going to use our zoom mod to see which way this guy's pointing. You can see that he's not even pointing at us, so we drive through the wall, fire into him, and kill him. Just the E-50M left, and an E5 and a Jagdpanzer E-100 should have no problem with an E-50M, so I'm just going to cap the base. And there you have it, E-50M down, victory is ours. And let me say right now, that was one heck of a victory. Let's take a look at some post-game stats, because I think you will agree that that was pretty crushing. Check that out, 120,943 credits earned. Mastery Badge Ace Tanker, always, always, always like getting Ace Tanker badges. 3,788 experience doubled. Now you might think that that's not that large of a double, but remember, tier 10 tanks never get bonuses for shooting enemies that are a higher tier than them, so it's actually kind of deceptive. Litany of Destruction right here, very impressive. We actually got a little bit of spotting damage, about 900. So that's pretty funny. See, we put a big hit into that Waffenträger E-100. We put a... Wow! What did I do to that guy? Oh, right, that's the guy who rammed me. Never ram a Jagdpanzer E-100. When this E5 swooped down on me, I rammed into him with my back on purpose and killed him when he only had 17 health. But when he made his initial charge at my tank, I realized that if I backed up so that he would ram me in the side, it would let me get my gun around and shoot him, and I knew that the ram would do so much damage to that E5 that I could probably one-hit kill the guy. Now it turned out I didn't one-hit kill him, I left him on 17 HP, but when he only had 17 health left, we were able to reverse ram kill him. So with one hit and 2 rams, we did 1,500 damage to that guy. And I can tell you right now, I remember looking at the damage log and seeing that he rammed me for something like 430 damage to himself. So, yeah, never ram a Jagdpanzer E-100. It is retarded. You can see the shot that we put into that Batchat. That was a big hit, 1078. 2 hits into the 215B-183. We did 1992 damage to him. Put a good hit into this Waffenträger. That set him on fire, so we rolled for like 900, and then he had a burn for like 250, but still good damage on him. We bounced off the E-50M. We bounced off the 111-14. Put a big hit into, not a big hit, but we put the finishing blow into this guy. We put a big hit into this 268. So that was a really good litany of destruction. Not surprisingly, we came out top damage in the match. 7,926 damage, 4 kills, 1263 on modified experience. Just look at that. I mean, huge game by me. Big game out of this E5. Pretty good showing from this Waffenträger here. 3372 is nothing to turn up your nose at. 2,300 or 2,900 for this guy. Not too bad, but I mean, shells do 1,000 damage apiece, so it's a little deceptive. Like, man alive, we just murdered tons of dudes. Excuse me. And if we look at the detailed report, we can see that I fired 13 shots. 10 of them hit. We fired 1 blind shot at the Object 268. We fired 1 shot at the enemy Jagdpanzer E-100 and missed. I'm not sure where the other one was, but I obviously missed one other shot. two bounces. One of them went high into the top of the turret of the 11114, which is that's the tier 9 Chinese heavy, and it's got a very strong turret, so no surprise that we bounced there. The other bounce came off the angled and sloped front armor of the E-50M. Again, not really too surprised about that. We received 7 hits, only 2 penetrated. We were able to angle pretty effectively in that match. So yeah, definitely a good game. 80,000 profit in a tier 10. Now, I will admit, 25,000 of that was for completing the mission where when you do 10,000 damage, you get 25,000 credits. And when I played this battle, I'd already played a match of my E-50M and two matches in my Object 140 and 1 match in my Object 268. So I'd already done like 9,000 damage or something, and then I played this battle and did another 8,000. So that was definitely enough to get me over the 10,000 damage mark. Just an awesome game. Really nice to get the Mastery Badge Ace Tanker and the Jagdpanzer E-100. I don't actually play the tank that much, so it's nice that when I did play it, I had a monstrous game in it. Kind of rekindles my faith in my German super heavy tank destroyer. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this free play. I really enjoyed that battle. It was one of the funnest battles I played in a long time. It was really tense there when I was staring down the barrel of those 2 tank destroyers, only on 1,300 health. But we managed to pull it out, and we killed that 183. It was just a good game, a lot of fun all around. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that. And until next time, just remember, you can never have enough big guns.